once again with the coldest co-host around, Subscriber 84. Today we are going to discuss a television show that is a true masterpiece, but it still seems to be hidden in the shadows from the public. The show is Black Sails. This show is one of the best to come out in the last decade or more. Black Sails is like a more realistic, live, mature version of One Piece. So yeah, it's about pirates. And these are real pirates. Black Sails is not a show for kids. This show can be harsh and brutal. It is one of the best displays of what the life of pirates was like. You have an all-star cast of characters with unique personalities. You will have moments between characters that just look like a basic conversation, and then in an instance turn into a deathmatch. There are many nail-biting, intense moments. The situations and interactions that happen between characters are true cinema. That is what this show is, cinema. It's like watching one long great movie that you never want to end. This show will have you glued to the screen. The story of Black Sails is so well written and amazing. Black Sails is a prequel to Treasure Island. It also has both the characters from the book, but also real characters from history. Like in One Piece, Black Sails has treasure, a navy, sword fights, ship battles, politics, and the new world. How could you not love it? The story starts out with what seems like a simple plot, but once the true plot is revealed, it turns into so much more. The story's two main characters are Captain Flint and the cook John Silver. If you know the story of Treasure Island, you will recognize those names. Captain Flint is the most feared pirate on the seas. John Silver is a smooth-talking pretty boy hustler. Flint is not your run-of-the-mill pirate. The pirates are self-governed on a lawless island called Nassau. Today, Nassau is the capital city of the Bahamas. Nassau is not controlled by any nation. It is a lawless island of murderers, thieves, prostitutes, and criminals of all kinds. Almost any type of bad person you can think of, you will likely find them on the island. The island is dangerous and ruled by pirate crews. The stronger crews throw their weight around. It really is the law of the jungle on the island. One of the crazy things about the island is that the person with the most influence on this island is not a pirate, but a young girl. Her family controls the whole economy on the island, from trade to shipping docks. One of the main themes of the show is pirates trying to take and keep control of Nassau. Trying to keep control of Nassau is not only from other pirates. The biggest threat to the pirates and their independence is from England. The pirates have refused to bow to the crown, so they created their own kingdom, with no ruler. Bringing Nassau under English control is England's main objective in the show. With there being no real unity or organization between the pirates, the island is an easy target for outside forces.
You said it right, Shadow, when you said Black Sails is like a realistic version of One Piece. In a lot of ways, this is what One Piece aimed to be. Black Sails is like One Piece without all the powers and abilities. In terms of story, characters, and world building, Black Sails has the same level of quality. Well, at least One Piece storytelling quality pre-time skip. One Piece post-time skip story is not as good in my opinion. You mentioned Captain Flint, who could only be considered Black Sails' Gold D. Roger. Captain Flint isn't just a man, he's not just a pirate. He's a symbol of why the world fears what pirates could become. Captain Flint is more of a force of nature. No other pirate is like him. And no other pirate is capable of doing some of the things he can. But don't get it twisted, the whole cast is badass. Each character brings something unique to the show. You have some of the most famous pirates from the Treasure Island story, and pirates from real history. Every character is complex. You are not going to find any pure good people in this show. Everyone has their motives and desires and is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. The show is not just main characters' focus. The plot and storylines revolve around all the characters. The character development is fantastic. The character arc that some of the cast goes through is simply incredible. This show is also action-packed. There are plenty of great ship battles and sword fights. It is only natural that this is the case since Michael Bay is the executive producer and director of the show. I know what you're thinking. Something this good, and so great in storytelling as Michael Bay connected to it. That threw me off too. I couldn't believe it. But don't let that stop you from experiencing the greatness of Black Sails. Seeing an island with some of the most dangerous, murderous, ruthless men and women trying to interact with each other in a place with no laws, or normal punishment system is thrilling to see. Punishment and issues are dealt with by the pirates' crews themselves. If someone is offended or harmed, the crew has to choose how they will respond. It is pure chaos and it's amazing.
Exactly as you said, Subscriber 84. No character could be called truly good or noble. I mean really, Captain Flint would be seen by most viewers as an evil SOB. This man is more of a villain than one who you would call a hero. And then take his top rival, Captain Vane, and you won't know who to root for. A lot of the time you will ask yourself which of these bastards is more ruthless and evil. But even with the questionable actions characters take, there is always some logical reason or grand long-term plan behind them. There is a lot of 4D chess being played at all times. Black Sails has characters who are masters at strategy, con artists, fighters, seducers, and more. Some of the toughest and coldest characters are people you would never expect. The pirate life is very complex, especially the life of pirate captains. To be a captain of a pirate crew, you need to have some key skills and be able to play multiple roles. Each captain on Black Sails shows a different way on how to lead. Their motivation and view of the pirate code can greatly differ. It is a crime how Black Sails went under most people's radar. This show can stand toe-to-toe with the best seasons of Game of Thrones. Black Sails is a show that you will keep going back to. The story and characters feel like real people. Black Sails is a show everyone should give a chance. It is truly a hidden gem. How can a show this amazing not have legions of fans singing its praises?
You tell them, Shadow. This show will have you wishing you could live like a pirate. You know, the freedom of the pirate life. The characters on the show do not know the words humble or moral. Most of the characters are degenerates. Some of the actions characters on this show take will make you pause. Then you will ask yourself, what did I just see? Just when you think you understand a character's motives, you are hit with a curveball. The show will keep you engaged from episode to episode. The show is not just Captain Flint's story. It also acts as an origin story of Long John Silver. You will see the events that turned John Silver from a smooth-talking pretty boy cook, into the pirate you know in Treasure Island. Flint and Silver's relationship is so interesting to watch unfold. Their interactions go through many different themes. From bitter enemies, to friends, and foe, teacher and student, to rivals. You would think pirates would just always resort to violence to solve their issues. But most of the time there are factors in play that are stopping them from just getting rid of their enemies. It usually takes a lot of scheming, planning, backstabbing, and compromise to resolve the big issues. It has to be the pirates theme that must be stopping people from watching. When most people probably think about pirates, they might be thinking of Captain Hook. Black Sails is not that. If you like good stories, violence, intense action, sex, and all that good stuff, this show will be for you. This is not me just overhyping this show, the hype is real. You'll also be watching. I still can't figure out how this show never took off with the mainstream audience. With this show still being on Netflix at this time, one would think it would reach a new peak in popularity. Especially during that time in 2020 when everyone had to stay home. This show should have been on repeat in most households. But even now, hardly anyone mentions this show when people talk about the golden age of television. With all the other shows people rave about, Black Sails' name should be at the top of the conversation. Yet most people don't even know it exists.
Maybe you're right about the pirate theme might be holding it back. I can't figure out either why this show hasn't caught on yet. This still puzzles me to this day. What the hell is everyone watching? All people would have to do is watch the first couple of episodes and I am sure they would be hooked. It almost feels like Black Sails is shadow banned in the television world. Or maybe Black Sails was just way ahead of its time. Even still with the era of binge watching, why is this not making people's list? Black Sails hits all the key points, great story, excellent compelling characters, and it has a complete ending. Black Sails is a show that doesn't overstay its welcome. It never feels like it drags on like some other shows. Black Sails has 4 seasons, so it is not like a super long time commitment. Each episode and season keeps moving the plot. There are no filler episodes. So you will be engaged from start to finish. The show is truly must-watch TV. I hope we were able to convince some of you to check out this show. If you have watched Black Sails, do you think it is underrated? Leave a comment on why you think Black Sails never reached the heights of popularity as some other shows. If you like the video, please subscribe and give a thumbs up. It's back to the shadows. Thanks for watching.